All right, yo guys, so I'm here to preview the final week of Major 3 qualifiers. And there's a lot of people saying these Friday matches aren't interesting, but there's a lot of ties and everything. That's why I was so fascinated by this. This is probably like the most interesting uh week of qualifiers we actually had. There's actually a lot at play. If it's not seeding for some teams, it's making it into the winners bracket for others. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure all you guys should know if you're watching a CDL video, with the way that they do brackets now, even though we all don't agree with it, but it's the way it is right now. The top 8 are in the winners bracket, the bottom 4 are in losers. So, with that being said, you could even see the matches. There's a lot of teams that have a lot to play for. And so every team has 5 matches in every a major qualifier. So some teams this weekend have 1 match left and others have 2. So the top 3 teams all have 1, but there's a lot of action down here. Like LAG Rocker are kind of, I would say they're not really out of contention. That's like what actually makes it interesting. Like this could actually, like a lot could swing, but it's a matter of if it actually happens. So I could even start at the bottom and work my way to the top. So like even LAG, so like around here, like so Vegas, Royal Ravens have 2 matches to play. Florida has 1. So they're a team that doesn't have as much power in their hands. But even Rocker and LAG have some power in their hands. So Mutineers has to win their game. If they don't win their game, they have not even a chance. Um, and even down here, it even has like tiebreakers, like in the event 2 teams tied, it's their head-to-head match win percentage, and if that's tied, head-to-head game win percentage. If not that, overall match win percentage. I'm pretty sure head-to-head match win percentage means like if they face each other, like how much. I don't think fucking whatever. I'm not getting into that, but it's most likely probably not going to come down to that. So Mutineers, their 1 game left is against LAG, which is a very winnable game. But I think it's a matter of like who's going to be more motivated. Like, is LAG going to think, you know what? We have 2 games against Vegas Legion and Florida, 2 bottom teams around us, very winnable games. They could argue there's other games that they probably could have won in these major 3 qualifiers. If they win these games and they go 2-3, that kind of puts them at this spot where Vegas Legion has to play Minnesota Rocker as well. Like if Vegas lose both of theirs, Royal Ravens have 2 hard games as well against Seattle and Ultra, which you could argue they could both lose. So like in a crazy world, if LAG wins both their games, Vegas loses both, Royal Ravens loses both, Mutineers loses theirs, even if they win theirs, what's their map win percentage? So they lost less games. Oh, so that's the map win percentage. Jeez, oh my gosh. It's like literally right in front of my face. Actually, no, it's the head-to-head match win percentage. Anyways, but like even if you look at like the map, so like they're pretty even. They lost less maps. Um, I would say even in a tiebreaker, they probably win if they win their series. Um, it's a matter of like that's actually a big game. A lot of people don't think that's a big game. That's a big game. If LAG wins that and they go into Saturday and they beat Vegas Legion, like they're all of a sudden in a winners bracket spot. Like that's crazy to think. But a lot of people, like I was listening to the flank and their predictions, like how they're laughing, how like these matches are boring, but there's a lot to play for in these matches. It's actually insane. So like there's so many different scenarios. LAG can win both theirs, even Rocker. Granted, Rocker has a way tougher road. They play Vegas, which is a winnable match. You could argue they should win, but they have a big match against LA Thieves. Like if they win their match, I mean that they've won less maps, so they probably won't win any tiebreaker because they've had a bad record. Yeah, so by tiebreaker, like that's why it's like all up to like a lot of teams are depending on a lot of teams. Like if LAG doesn't win both their games, and let's say Rocker wins both of theirs, it puts them in a spot for contention. Like all these teams down here have the potential of not winning any of their matches, but like, I mean, Las Vegas Legion or LAG have to beat each other. So LAG and Rocker both have to win both their games to have any chance at all in any sort of tiebreaker. Rocker and LAG both have to make sure Vegas and Royal Ravens don't win any of their games, which is doable for Rocker. But like Rocker kind of has to hope that LAG beats Vegas. That's kind of like their best chance as well. So like there's a lot to play for. Like these games are actually very fascinating. Like if you actually pay attention to like the standings and you're not just watching the matches like whatever, two bottom teams, who gives a fuck, you actually see there's a lot to play for. Like winners bracket is so important because we you know how stupid these tournaments are, how like you lose one game, you go home, like you go all the way there just to play one best of 5. Like sometimes it takes teams a while to like heat up, and like that's why it was nice back in the day. There's like a group play before the bracket play, but they just don't do it anymore. Like they literally expect teams to show up for like a GBS and D fucking one and done match, and if you lose it, you go home. Makes no sense. So yeah, this London, Seattle, but like Seattle, I'm expecting Seattle. Seattle's looking pretty good. I'm expecting them to beat Ravens, which would kind of put Ravens. Ravens has like probably the toughest road because they play Seattle and they play Ultra. 2 games you should argue that they're probably going to lose, which means they probably won't make winners bracket. But if they even win one of those games, like fuck, something could happen. Like they could surprise Seattle. I don't see with the way Ultra's playing that they lose to Ultra, but Ultra has also not matched up pretty well against them in the past. Granted, it's like completely different rosters, but yeah, like if we're going statistics wise, I'm pretty sure that they have a tough time against London, but I'm expecting Seattle and Ultra to win like probably everybody else, so that's like actually not even a question. But like I said before, Las Vegas Legion, Minnesota, who I think is going to win, so I'm doing predictions as well. So Seattle beats London. This is a tough one because has Minnesota got out of their slump yet, or are they still in their slump? So it's like tough. Like they're probably thinking they're 0-3, they don't have a chance. But if anyone's actually looking at the standings, they probably think like their best chance to even have a chance of making winners brackets to win both their matches. So I would assume they have to heat up against Vegas. I'm gonna pick Minnesota for this one to win that one. And LAG versus Florida. 2 bottom teams, 10th and 11th. Florida has a better chance of making actually not really, because they have one more game. LAG has 2, and LAG has 2 beatable opponents, one of them being Florida. But I expect LAG is not a team to like bet on right now. They're in a really bad slump, but if they actually look at it, they do have a chance. But they've had close games that they've lost. I'm going to expect Florida to win that one. It could go either way. I'd have to see the map set. Honestly, I have to see the map set. I could see LAG winning that. Actually, I'm going to go LAG. I'm throwing a Hail Mary. I'm not sure if that's actually a brain pick or like fucking kind of like a heart pick to like fucking kind of mix it up a bit. But I could see LAG taking that. We're going to say LAG wins that. Minnesota, LA Thieves. Jeez. So, like, a lot depends how I see... Like, doing predictions for Saturday when I haven't seen him play Friday is kind of sketch. But I could see LA Thieves taking that one. But I expect this one to be a really good match. If Minnesota beats Vegas, I think somebody in their camp's probably going to be like, hey, yo, we actually kind of have, like, a shot here. We could probably actually, like, kind of mix it up and actually have a chance. So, that one's going to be good. But LA Thieves just kind of firing right now. They're really good, but like I have to watch that match first. I'm not gonna predict that one. Yeah, I'll predict it after I see them play. 2 bottom teams. All depends on if LAG loses this Friday match, then this Saturday match doesn't mean anything to me. But it means a lot to Vegas, because if Vegas win this match and they will win this match, and then they have secured the winners bracket over every team below them. So a lot of these bottom teams hoping Vegas loses this one, and they hope LAG. But if LAG is 0-4, like they're gonna have a lot less motivation. But maybe their motivation is gonna be stopping Vegas from coasting to the winners bracket. So all depends what LAG's motivation is, honestly. Ultra versus London. Have to see, like, there's so many times I have to see like teams play. So like I'm not gonna predict most of these matches. I can predict like Optic Texas, Atlanta FaZe, because both of them are playing. Actually, Optic Texas has to play another one, so I'm actually gonna get into that one as well as we go down. So Optic Texas, I would say they're pretty safe because if you look at the teams below them, the teams below them have a harder path unless Vegas and Royal Ravens don't play each other. But I don't see Royal Ravens beating Ultra in Seattle, which means Optic Texas would be good for their spot the way they are, even if they lose both their games. Because I know they're going to take maps off of teams even if they lose. So we could even say Texas is going to secure that second seed. But like even these middle bracket, like all these guys have something to play for. All these teams have 2 matches. These results could go either way. They could easily pass them and fucking get better seeding. Like at this point, Optic Texas plays A's first round in the winners bracket. So that's probably not something they want to do. They probably want to get higher up. NYSL, like they're chilling. Like I don't think they have any problem playing Boston Breach, honestly. So, but I know Seattle Searchbot doesn't want to play LA Thieves on land first round, so they're probably gonna try to get some wins and get higher. So but like a team like Ultra chilling. Like you play Vegas, any of these teams, like you're chilling. That's why first seed's like pretty clutch these days. So Optic has a hard road. They have 2 games left, but it's against 2 of the top teams. Forget what these standings say. NYSL, Thieves, FaZe, Ultra, Optic, top 5 in the game right now. So I would say that one's tough. That one's super tough. But like going off of like what I've said already, I would say, I can see Optic firing. That's a game I have to fucking see the map set for. But I'm going to do early predictions. I'm going to say NYSL comes out and wins that one. I'm not an Optic hater, by the way, so I hope none of you guys are like, oh my god, whatever. And Seattle also plays NY. So Seattle has an easy match and they have a harder match. That one's actually going to be a pretty good match. I want to like see how they kind of do, but this is a really good matchup actually. I could honestly see a world where NYSL takes both of them, but I want to see if like they play bad against Optic, so I'm not going to predict that one yet. But even FaZe versus Optic Texas, I'm picking FaZe for that. That's just biased opinion going with off of everything I said. So like in a world where like I predicted all this stuff, I would probably see like if we're talking about the 8th spot with all the games left, it could go like I can't really see the miracle run of any of these teams making it. I would probably say wait, who does Vegas play again? LAG, Minnesota. I could see Vegas, either Vegas or Mutineers getting this 8th spot. And I could see Texas staying in 7th. I could see a lot of intertwining here. I could see Seattle going down to like 5th or 6th. I could see NYSL and Thieves bumping up. But Seattle Surge actually has 2 winnable games that they could actually... not 2 winnable games. Sorry, I forgot they played NYSL. But there's a lot to play for here. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting weekend. Don't sleep on this weekend. Like these qualifiers are actually determining everything. There's a lot of close stuff in the middle. Like even just teams switching like one spot changes a lot with the bracket at the major. So don't sleep on this. Like people don't want to be in 8th. People don't want to play Ultra, but if FaZe goes up, Ultra goes down. People don't want to be 7th, But if FaZe moves up, it'll probably give these people a sigh of relief. But like, I mean, NYSL playing Boston Breach first round, I don't think they're going to be that worried about it. But like, I would assume Seattle Surge probably wants to move around here a little bit and not play Thieves, probably play anybody else. But I mean, we shall see. It's a very interesting week. Yeah, damn, we'll see.